There are women whose presence illuminates the soul and others whose absence does. Learn to know the difference. This brings us to the question, what if the woman you love is actually your biggest threat? What if her love isn't real love, but a weapon? What if every "I miss you," every "I'm just worried about you," was part of a long, calculated game to control your mind, your choices, your life? If you've ever felt confused, emotionally drained, or unsure of yourself in a relationship, you need to hear this. Because today we're exposing the 7 signs that an evil woman is next to you, not with pitchforks and smoke, but with sweet words and mind games. This isn't about hating women. This is about protecting yourself from emotional manipulation hiding behind a smile. The promise I'll make is this. By the end of this video, you'll know what to watch for and what to question. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Gaslighting. Attacking your reality. Gaslighting is a psychological attack on your reality. She makes you doubt your memory, your perception, your sanity. She might say, "You're remembering it wrong. I never said that. You're so dramatic." And you start thinking maybe you are too emotional, that maybe you are the problem, but the problem isn't you. It's the erosion of your inner compass. Marcus Aurelius warned, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If your thoughts are constantly shaped by a manipulator's lies, your soul becomes confused and darkened. You lose sight of who you are. Here's the truth. If someone makes you question your own reality constantly, it's not love, it's domination. Here's what emotional manipulation does. It rewires your sense of reality. It trains you to ignore your instincts. It teaches you to prioritize someone else's emotions over your own. And worst of all, it makes you feel like you're the problem. You'll start to think, maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I am too sensitive. She does so much for me. Maybe I'm the one being unfair. Stop. That's the conditioning talking. When you're being manipulated, your emotions get hijacked. You'll feel love and guilt at the same time. Fear and loyalty, confusion and attachment. That's no accident. That's the formula. Sign 2. Guilt tripping, turning empathy into chains. She uses your goodness against you. You try to set boundaries. She acts hurt. You make a small decision for yourself, and suddenly you're selfish, cold, or not the man she thought you were. But guilt is not love. Guilt is a leash. Seneca put it like this: no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Guilt tripping keeps you from facing adversity. Instead, it traps you in compliance. You're not allowed to grow. You're only allowed to bend. Remember, if love comes with emotional ransom, it isn't love. It's manipulation with a ribbon on it. Sign 3. Love bombing. The illusion of intensity. At first it feels like magic, constant attention, praise, compliments, sex. It's overwhelming in a good way, but you start to realize that intensity doesn't mean depth. It means control. Epictetus wrote, when someone is properly grounded in life, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval. A manipulator's love bombing is not grounded, it's performative. It's designed to win your devotion fast, before you notice the red flags. And once you're hooked, the affection becomes conditional. You get praise when you obey, silence when you resist. That's not affection, that's a training system. Sign 4. Isolation, cutting you off to control you. She begins to subtly, or sometimes aggressively, discourage your relationships. She says, your friends are a bad influence. Your family doesn't support us. They're jealous of what we have. Little by little, your social circle shrinks. She becomes your world, and that's the plan. Zeno of Citium, founder of Stoicism, taught, man conquers the world by conquering himself. But manipulators conquer by removing your anchors. When they isolate you, they become your only emotional source. And once they own your world, they own your mind. Healthy relationships expand your world. Toxic ones shrink it down to one controlling figure. Sign 5. Passive aggression, communication that punishes. You know the drill. She says, "Fine, do whatever you want." She slams doors, rolls eyes, gives you the cold shoulder. You never know what she's really feeling, only that she's upset. Passive aggression is cowardly control. It punishes without confrontation. It uses discomfort instead of discussion. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Passive aggression isn't strength, it's immaturity masquerading as silence. A manipulative woman won't communicate to resolve. She'll sulk, punish, and withhold. Healthy relationships need clarity. Passive aggression only creates confusion and fear. Sign 6. Blame shifting. You're always the villain. Here's how you know you're dealing with manipulation. Nothing is ever her fault. She lashes out because you made her mad. She lies because you're too sensitive. She flirts with someone else because you weren't giving her attention. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But manipulators refuse responsibility. They never react, they redirect. Blame shifting is emotional jujitsu. No matter what happens, the damage becomes your fault. The worse she behaves, the worse you feel. That's how the cycle continues. And the longer it continues, the more your self-respect fades. Sign 7. Emotional exhaustion, the constant drain. This is the most universal red flag of all. If you feel chronically drained, constantly anxious, emotionally beat down, you're not in a relationship, you're in survival mode. A healthy relationship brings peace. A manipulative one brings chaos that masquerades as passion. Seneca said it best, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." But when you're with a manipulative woman, your imagination is the battlefield. You rehearse conversations. You anticipate explosions. You spend your life editing yourself just to avoid her disapproval. That's not normal. That's psychological warfare, the Stoic perspective. So what would the Stoics say about all this? They'd say, know yourself, guard your peace, don't attach your worth to others, take ownership of your mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." You can't always control who comes into your life, but you can control what you tolerate. And once you see the signs, you can choose to walk away. You've just heard the signs. Maybe you've seen them in someone else. Maybe you've seen them in your own life. That's not easy. But here's something we don't talk about enough. It's not just what she did, it's what it did to you. Manipulation rewires you. It teaches you to expect chaos, to second-guess love, to distrust peace. But here's the truth. Peace isn't boring. Respect isn't rare. Kindness isn't weakness. The Stoics didn't just teach us how to endure. They taught us how to see clearly. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do." So ask yourself now, who would you be without her voice in your head? Without the guilt? Without the control? Would you speak more freely? Laugh louder? Sleep better? Then you don't need her. You need you, the real you, the you that existed before the storm. Seneca reminded us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Don't waste another moment trying to fix what was designed to break you. Not everyone who says "I love you" is telling the truth, and not everyone who leaves you breaks you. Some departures are deliverance. You may be hurting now, but the light that comes after is often brighter than you ever thought possible. Because now you know, and now you can choose. Let's go over the signs one last time, with clarity and truth. Gaslighting. She denies your truth. Guilt tripping. She uses your empathy as a weapon. Love bombing. She creates an illusion of closeness to trap you. Isolation, she cuts off your support system. Passive aggression, she punishes through silence and mood. Blame shifting, she never takes responsibility. Emotional exhaustion, you feel drained, anxious, and confused. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This isn't weakness, it's a wake-up call. The most dangerous prison is the one you don't realize you're in. But once you see it, you can escape it. Comment below, which of these signs hit home for you? Have you been through this and come out stronger? What advice would you give to someone still stuck? Let's make this comment section a space of honesty and strength. And before you go, watch the next video, how Stoic philosophy can save you from toxic relationships. We'll go deeper into how ancient wisdom can protect you in modern love. Protect your peace, guard your mind. Don't mistake pain for passion. See you in the next video.